friendships, right? In relation to your friends wanting to take certain decisions for you, and your friends not talking to you because you've made a decision that's probably good for you, that you think is good for you.
Honestly, it's like a very gray area with friends. It's not black and white. You can't really tell because you meet someone you gel really well with, but then you have opposing views and stuff, and then something comes along the way. You make a decision for yourself, and then it tends to jeopardize your relationship. And I feel like in that point, you get confused. You don't know what to do because on the other hand, you don't want to lose this your friend. On the other hand, also you want to do the things that are best for you. So,
Well, I've always said to people that I think you should choose friends, and all of the friends choose you. Because
true.
again, it's about you.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, sometimes, I mean, I personally I have just few friends. Really, really, I can just say I have just one friend who knows me, and that one friend should be someone who can accept you wherever you are, someone you can talk to about anything, right? And make decisions for your life that the person could support you, or could be a check on the decision you're making, and you can trust that that person's check is it's constructive, not supposed to. The person doesn't envy you. The person doesn't want your downfall. The person really wants you well. That kind of friends is what you need to put around you. Then, even when they project their ideas to you, know that it's probably for your best, even if it's not something you agree with. So I think last year I was telling a friend that I have this one friend that when I want to make decisions, I tell him about. Even when I've made the decision already, like say, oh, I'm gonna go with this girl, I'm just telling him. Even if he says no and I've made my decision, his no sometimes confirms for me whether I should go on or not. He may say no, this one is not for you.
Because they have your best interest at heart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But don't you also think that sometimes people just try to project their fears on you?
That's a thing.
It's what like they are afraid of, that there are steps that they won't take, moves that they won't make, that they're just trying to project on you.
Totally.
So you want to venture into maybe a field, or entrepreneurship, and they're like, no, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. In certain cases, like months down the line, you realize that the person is rather doing what they said you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
It happens.
It does.
Right?
I mean, in reference to Jibodi and her friends, so like that where she spoke about losing her friends because
She went to ask.
she asked Chichiko out. I feel like those friends are not really her friends, and I mean, they were just people.
Because what they even like Chichiko.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, Chichiko is a nice boy.
Yeah.
Please,
I don't know if he's a nice guy in the script or is
don't mind me.
No, but there's that possibility.
Yes,
that someone wanted to do it and you went to cross the person.
So then they need to
vexations.
Move you.
Yeah.
But really, if you've got friends who can't support you and love you for who you are wholly and like unapologetically, I don't think they're your friends really.
Yeah.
Because we say that you can't choose your family, but you choose your friends. And so your family is the people you are stuck with. Your friends are the family you get to pick for yourself. So you pick the people who make you happiest. It's as simple as that.
I think sometimes people just want too many friends around them. Like they're afraid of being alone. You know, but just get one person and stick with the person.
But I think that changes with age.
It
changes with age because as you are growing, it's like you have to shed off the weight for your mental health, emotional health, to cut off all the drama and everything. So the next thing we're looking at is entitlement. Right? How people feel entitled. I mean, family.
Why are you trying to shade? Why are you trying to shade Chichiku?
Oh, I'm not trying to shade.
You are shading Chichiku. This one there is holy.
He feels too entitled.
I know
and there are people who feel entitled. One thing I say is nobody owes you anything. That's one thing I say. Nobody owes you anything.
Except love, according to the Bible.
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
I think
no one anything but love.
The only person that you can say owes you something is probably God.
Yeah.
Aside
And
God.
What are my parents?
No, your parents don't owe you anything. That's how come some parents give birth and decide not to take care of the kids, and it's fine.
All right.
Your parents don't owe you.
I feel they do to an extent because
our socialization sort of links us to feel like we are indebted to them.
But like
You know?
really, we are not meant because we didn't ask to be born.
Exactly, you didn't ask to be born.
They also didn't ask to get you.
Thank you. That's why
No. They did stuff to get you.
No, but that's why I made that reference to people having kids and deciding not to take care of them.
Oh yeah.
Those
I know
kids
that.
also survive.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can't go and hold your dad. Why aren't you taking care of me?
Oh yeah, no, I understand. I understand what you're saying perfectly. I'm just saying like it's wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like and they know it's wrong.
Yeah.
When those things happen, but you know they
so
really
this time
can't
I think we're trying to talk about the entitlement in relationships.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially in where you don't owe the person anything.
Yeah, I mean generally in every relationship, which cuts across
you know,
family,
love,
friends,
you know,
everything.
True.
Everything.
So I don't, which is why I was saying earlier that I was very different from Chicheku, like as a person, because he really is entitled. Like there's entitlement like woven into every seam of his body from the get-go, where he calls his father's home his home. I mean, it's his home, but it's not his. You understand? He lives there.
Because for all you know, there are cases where people think that this is my dad's home.
Yeah.
And then their dad passes and they realize that it was willed, it's been willed to somebody else. And that's when you start to feel like
something like you've been
wrong.
Cheated.
Maybe we're not being fair to Chicheku. I'm thinking about upbringing. Was he grown to feel like that? Or did circumstances?
He's a child.
Again, does he deserve to be entitled? Does he have the means to be?
Oh
like,
he has.
I used to ask my friends when they talk Nyansa, like, hey, do you have $1,000 in your pocket? If you don't, shut up. You know, some people feel like I have the money, so I'm entitled to come to your house and demand.
I mean, he does have a right to be entitled. He's well to do. He's really comfortable. So I mean, I understand what Obed is saying there, where he's saying that he has a right to be. There's a reason why he's that way. He's been brought up that way. So it's not such a surprising thing, but it's also it has its. I don't know. I feel like it has more cons than
the pros.
Yeah, you know, it's holding him back from facing reality and understanding that Jigbodi is not his property.
Yeah, and also we even see it when Jigbodi says that. How sure are you that your dad doesn't have a child somewhere?
Yeah, and he's really flawed by that question, but he brushes it off regularly. But like I feel like it's something people would think about regularly, you know, if they are hit by this question. Because me personally, I know I go think about them. Yeah. I go think.
But I want to believe that these 21st century maybe of
people are changing, but then
we are trying to work for our own thing.
Oh yeah, a lot more people, but there's still people still steeped in, you know, like they're stuck in it. And they are so deep where they are just planning how to fight for property.
Yeah, it's actually very true.
Is there
a way out? I think it starts. It's all in the mind.
In your mind, yeah, exactly. It's personal. If you don't make up your mind to break it, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, because then you can grow with it to that point.
Yeah,
where
it creeps up on you. Yeah. You are not sure.
Something just came up. I remember a friend was telling me about another friend whose relationship with the father is flawed now because the father feels entitled to them. You know how parents sometimes can see you like the child you still are.
Yeah, they still are.
You are grown up, you're married, and they still talk to you like.
Oh no, like, I don't know, like it can't be me.
You know, so your father will be like, "Hey, I paid your fees, even though you're married, you have given your child birth to your own children." The father talks to you like
you see that's the entitlement I talk about as well. Yeah. Like you're not supposed to. Nobody is supposed to do anything for you. So at the point where people actually do stuff for you, you should be grateful.
Yeah. I mean that's very important. It's just that, you know, we've had people in our lives so much that we tend to forget that they are people on their own.
Yeah.
So you know, so like with my family, for instance, I mean I'm not entitled, but I feel very blessed to have them. And if I woke up one morning and I didn't have like people caring about me so much, it would be, you know, it's almost like a cultural shock. You know, you've been jolted out of your existence. I remember a few nights ago I was coughing, like I was late, really late. My auntie woke up to go to the washroom and she came, opened the door and she was like, "Oh, are you still coughing?" I said, "Oh, it's better. It's not that bad. I'm just falling asleep." And she says, "Okay, fine." Then a minute later, she appears with hot water and says, "Drink it before you go to bed." And that's all I've known my whole life. You understand? I've known that amount of care the whole time. And so I don't feel I'm entitled to it. I just feel like I'm used to it. That's a better word.
Yeah.
I'm used to that. So when I find people coming, like friends come around and they hang around and they find that my family checks up on me, like, you know, and I can be anywhere I want and I can be out and, "Oh, where are you? It's late." And they get offended for me, and I don't have a problem with it. You know, people get offended that I'm grown. Why are you caring? And I look at it with love. I feel like you are just concerned.
It's just the upbringing.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You know, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's
really.
just the upbringing.
But I was just thinking of the little, I don't know if I should call it, the thin thread between I'm used to a certain
and getting
and
entitled.
Then now I'm moving to
demanding
it from
It's
people.
very true. Yeah. It's,
so,
it's like
for
love
instance,
and obsession.
It's like your auntie has taken care of you, whatever. Then you
or
marry
love and
someone.
hatred.
Yes.
Then you fall in love with someone. Then now you expect the person to sort
Who
of
does Lenny
do.
hate?
Then maybe you are getting towards there. So people should check. I'm used to something and now I'm entitled to
exactly.
it.
That's
we
true.
should check that.
Love is a very
love.
interesting topic. I feel like it's a word. I feel like it's a word that gets thrown around a lot.
Thank you.
It's very, very broad.
Thank you.
Yes,
like,
very
so
broad. It gets thrown around a lot in our society here, especially here, where people you hear some, Abna, I love you, and he's met her a week ago, and I'm like, bro,
bro,
what are you doing?
I mean, there's also the other side, of love at first sight and all of that, and there's also that other side of
this love at first sight.
people
Is it really
saying.
there?
I mean, it happens, but I don't think it's as common as.
We've heard it in movies and now we are sort of.
Oh no!
It happens.
It happens. To
There's
people.
also the
Popular
other
culture.
side of people saying they love you, but they just want to get into your pants.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's also
I
that's
feel
what I'm
like
saying.
people
It's broad.
who do that
like,
are the scum of the earth. Honestly, you are terrible to.
because eventually somebody will fall.
Yeah.
It puts me off. Because I feel like it's not a word to take lightly.
No.
Like I wouldn't. I'll feel more comfortable telling my male friend of, like, you know, 5-6 years that I love you, man, compared to some girl I'm stuck up on. Like, you know, I feel like, yeah, you're so pretty and I like you, but I'm not going to whip it out and say, I love you. I won't do that, because it's not true. Because in that moment, I love my friend than you. I would ride for my friend harder than you, and people tend to blur those two lines. They feel that because the relationship might be an erotic one, or like something that's not platonic, so they need to whip that out like as easily. But it's not as black and white.
And it's not always that when the person says it, the person means it.
Yeah, of course.
Because people
lie always, please.
The word has been used, overused, abused,
cliched.
Yeah.
Cliche,
and
true.
it shouldn't be, because the word
it's
itself
a
is
very
a
strong
very
thing, crazy strong thing. Like it's I don't think I realized what it was until I remember, like, so I lost my mom 4 years ago, and I realized, like, within she used to fall sick a lot, like, growing up.
Yeah.
And I remember just when I was in school and I call home and I can't reach her, and I just panic. Like, I can't do anything, literally. Like, my brain all bzzz. And when I come home, and I remember coming home that vacation and seeing her, and she had lost a lot of weight over time. She looked terrible. People would see her and call her my grandma. Wow. And she used to get to her. And then I came home after school one time, and she was singing. She had actually gained weight. And I remember dropping my bags, like dropping, and running into her arms. And she was there with her friends, and they were laughing and saying, "Oh, this boy, mommy's boy," everything. And I said, "I don't care."
Yeah.
You know, and that, I think that in my adult life is when I realized that there's love and there's
also
infatuation, and there's something close to love, and there's and there's so many shades, and there's lust, and there's so many shades of that kind of, you know, emotional connection, and love is the supreme thing. But we tend to, like Chichuku, we tend to play with it very much, and it's I can't stand it. Nothing pisses me off than that. Trust me. People that tell you I love you and
they don't mean it.
What's the
because
impression
people
of...
say I love you, and then it just goes to say that actions speak louder than words, because people just throw the word around. They'll say, "Oh, I love you," yet they do certain things that they wouldn't even do to themselves.
So
if you loved yourself, is that how you would treat
Oh,
yourself?
definitely not.
Exactly. So
I keep thinking about
Oh,
Chicheku,
also, with what you're saying, there could be the other side where they don't even know how to love themselves. Because there's people who don't know how to love themselves. There's people who don't know what it is even. Like they don't know what the sensation is. You know, like it's lost on them.
I like that you're saying that because I keep thinking of Chicheku and why he's demanding.
Yeah, really.
What's the real
What's the
problem with
reason
him?
why?
Why does he need to hear it to sort of affirm it for him? Is Jibodi not showing it enough? Is there actions that she's not done? Or for him, it needs to be words.
Just the words.
I don't think it's
six
just
or
the
maybe
words.
it's just because for him, it's just the words. For him.
For him,
it
it's
doesn't
I mean,
go on.
it's
Exactly.
also that.
That's why he also wants
Needs you to
hear
say
it.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also pick up a lot of a bit of neediness. Like he's a bit needy, a tad bit needy. Like I don't know if it's because
or is he starved of love?
I don't
Like,
think
he has
I don't
everything
I don't think he's
because
been starved of
he's
love.
the
'Cause
only child.
yeah, I don't think he's
and
been
all of
starved, but
that.
I feel like the love
Yeah.
he's been shown isn't love in its purest form. It's more like provision as love.
Yeah.
Because his
True.
family is not even around. Like, and he sees that as freedom. Love is a very broad topic. We'll spend the whole time talking about it if we were supposed to.
Yeah.
But anyway,
this brings us to the end
of our discussion.
Of our short discussion.
Yes.
Africa's position, no.
That's it. No,
Yeah.
next time.
Next
so
time.
yes, so I mean this is
But it's strange that this guy, I'm sorry, Jibodi brings out this charm and says
Osro.
swear on it. I don't know. Is that her way of love? That's her way of love.
Well, everybody has their definition. No, I think that for her, she needs that.
She needs a
confirmation.
she needs something tangible.
Like,
Yeah.
And it seems like that's the only thing that will be able to shake.
No, because really, people fear that more than even the Bible.
Yeah.
So basically, so that's it. We're done.
It's
Please,
awesome, guys.
yes, it's been great.
See you guys on another project soon.
Yes. So
it's been great talking to you.
If the writer will write more.
yes, he will. Yeah. So please catch what Nyansa or Donko. Yes. So please watch out for it, and you'll be blown away.
What they said.
Yes, what we said.
Bye.
Bye bye.